In order to study internal combustion of an engine, and its related topics, we need to learn some basic things, like engine components, its constructional details, working etc. Let us consider an engine. It is a complex system, made by connecting many parts, and the power developed is used to do some mechanical work. Now, let us understand some of the engine components, and how they work together. The first component is the cylinder. The main function of cylinder is to guide the motion of piston. It is the most important part of an engine, as it has to withstand pressure above 50 bar, and temperature above 2000 degrees Celsius. An ordinary engine is made up of cast iron, and a heavy-duty engine is made up of aluminium or steel alloys. In case of a multi-cylinder engine, cylinders are cast as a single unit, called as cylinder block, as it has to withstand all the forces, vibrations acting on it. Hence, the material used for cylinder block is aluminum alloy or steel alloy. Cylinder head is mounted on the cylinder block. Cylinder block and head are provided with water jackets, for water cooling and fins for air cooling. Cylinder head is mounted on engine cylinder. It incorporates exhaust valves, inlet valves, and spark plug, in case of SI engine, or fuel injector, in case of CI engine. An asbestos or copper gasket is provided for an airtight joint between cylinder head and cylinder. Piston is the cylindrical part, which moves to and fro inside the combustion chamber. Piston transmits the power developed inside the combustion chamber to the crankshaft through connecting rod. A piston should have good thermal conductivity and strength to bear shear generated by combustion power. It is usually made of aluminum alloy. Piston ring is fitted into circumference of piston. It provides a tight seal between piston and wall of cylinder, and prevents leakage of combustion gases into cylinder. The other function of the piston ring is to regulate the engine oil consumption by scraping oil from cylinder walls back to sump tank. Piston rings are subjected to wear as they move up and down the combustion chamber. Hence, they are made of wear-resistant materials, such as cast iron. Combustion chamber is upper part of the cylinder, enclosed by cylinder head, and top part of piston. In combustion chamber, combustion of the air and fuel mixture takes place, and other thermodynamics process happens, resulting in pressure building up in this part. Connecting rod interconnects the piston and crankshaft to work as a single unit. The smaller end of connecting rod is connected to piston by gudgeon pin, and bigger end is connected to crankshaft by crank pin. It transmits the force of piston to the crankshaft. Connecting rod should absorb the impact of piston force, and it should have light in weight, hence it is made of aluminum alloy or titanium. Crankshaft converts reciprocating motion of piston into rotary motion. In crankshaft, pair of crank arms and balancing weight are provided. These balancing weights are used for static and dynamic balancing of rotating system. The most important thing is that power developed of any internal combustion engine is measured at crankshaft. Crankshaft needs to be stronger, hence, it is forged instead of casting, because forged crankshaft are stronger than cast crankshaft. Crankshaft are made from steel alloys. The pipe through which air or air-fuel mixture is drawn into inlet valve is called inlet manifold. Inlet manifold connects intake system of the engine to the inlet valve. The pipe through which product of combustion escapes is called exhaust manifold. Exhaust manifold connects exhaust valve to the exhaust system. Intake manifold are made of cast iron or aluminium, but nowadays it is made of composite plastic, because composite plastic are lighter in weight, and give same performance as aluminum or cast iron. Exhaust manifold are subjected to high corrosion, due to thermal stress, hence it is made of steel alloys, with composition of chrome and stabilized titanium. Both these valves are of same type, and of same construction. These type of valves are commonly of mushroom-shaped poppet type. These valves are mounted, either on top of the cylinder head, or side wall of the cylinder. The function of inlet valve, is to introduce charge into cylinder. And, the function of exhaust valve, is to take an out product of combustion, out of the combustion chamber. Spark plug is a device, which produces spark inside the combustion chamber. Spark plug is mounted, either on top of the cylinder head, or side wall of the cylinder. Spark should be mounted such that, after giving spark in just milliseconds, it should burn all the charge present, inside the combustion chamber. Fuel injector is a device, which injects atomized fuel, inside the combustion chamber. The fuel which is to be injected should be atomized, so that, it mixes with compressed air present in the cylinder, and burns quickly. Crankshaft and its associate parts control the opening and closing of inlet and exhaust valve. Its associated parts are push rods, rocker arms, valve springs, and tappets. The shaft also provide drive to the ignition system, and it is driven by crankshaft by timing gears. Flywheel is a bigger wheel mounted on crankshaft, and its basic function is to store excess amount of energy during power stroke and give this energy whenever required or on the other stroke. Flywheel used in vehicles must be strong enough to store energy. Flywheel are generally made of cast iron. Hence, we studied various components of internal combustion engine. In the next topic, we'll see how this thing works, and terms related to internal combustion engine.